as part of my consultancy work with Overture, I'm often in meetings and situations where there can be a lot of tension in the room between people who are really talking through their disagreements and conflicts. And so there can be a lot of tension in the room, and the prevailing thinking is that tension obviously means there's something wrong here. And actually, I don't believe that's the case. I think tension means not that there's something wrong, but that there's something happening. If you think about it logically, there is no movement without tension. If I want to pick up a cup of something, then I have to tense my hand, otherwise I can't grip anything. So tension means that maybe we're getting a grip of something in a fresh way. What we need to make sure is that our tension doesn't become a friction, which is why we have the oil of the Holy Spirit, because He is the presence that on all those conflicting ideas, He is the presence of God that comes in with that glorious oil that enables us to understand exactly what is going on in this particular place and in this particular situation. What's changing for people, what's changing in terms of what we're doing, what's changing in terms of our future. Lots of uncertainties, some unpredictabilities, and they can cause tension in relationships with people because one person's seeing something, somebody else is seeing something else, and everyone's trying to convince people that what we're seeing is right. And actually, probably the reality is we're all seeing something of the picture, but not all of it. And the whole of the picture actually comes from all of us talking and interacting and understanding where our piece fits with somebody else. So knowing that tension doesn't mean there's something wrong, it means that something's happening, means we get to ask better questions like, so what is happening? And what's happening in our relationships right now? Because sometimes the critical issue is, what is it that we get to be for each other now that we're moving into an area of unpredictability and uncertainty? How do we resolve that? How do we establish a base of relationship and friendship? How do we take our relationships to another level that means that we can successfully encounter this situation that we call life and change and transition? And how do we move through it better? So understanding each other, appreciating each other more, valuing each other more, is all a part of the oil of the Holy Spirit flowing amongst us, so that when we start talking about different ideas and different ways of seeing things and moving forward, we understand that something is happening in our midst, and we want to come to a place of agreement about what that looks like and feels like, and how we can follow this new pathway that's opening up, and how we can learn how to be something more for each other, as well as take on whole new ideas and new characteristics in our life, in our relationships, in our churches, in our businesses. Tension doesn't mean there's something wrong. It means there's something happening. And that's a brilliant thought.